Hi everyone! Today we will be reviewing how to find the intersection points of two circles by solving a system of equations. This is important to use when you're trying to find the points where the two circles intersect. Before we get started into solving the systems of two equations, we need to understand some background information first. For example, a system of equations is a set of known equations that you use together to usually determine the intersection of the two circles. Next is the equation of a circle. To find the intersections of the circles, you need to have the equations of both the circles. The equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, which equals r squared, where h and k is the center of the circle and r is the radius. Now we're ready to start. We're going to show you three examples. The first example of having two intersections, the second example of having one intersection, and the third example of having no intersections between the two circles. The first example is finding the intersections of the following equations. X squared plus y squared equals 9 and x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 9. Notice that in this example, both of the equations have the same radius. The first step in this equation is to set up the equations to solve for y. To do this, we can isolate the y value out of one of the equations. The second step is to expand. Expanding both of the equations can be completed by using the FOIL method and then combining like terms within the equations. The third step is to substitute and solve. We will substitute the equation which was already solved for y into the other circle equation. Then we can perform simple algebra to combine like terms and then get an answer for the x value, in this case being plus or minus 2 because of a square root will give you two answers. The fourth step is to plug in the x value back into the previous equation to obtain the y values of which is, in this case, 2.236 and negative 2.236. This then gives the two coordinates of the intersections of the circle. Now we have the two intersection points of the circles. So we can determine at what 2 points the circles intersect. In the second example we'll be showing you, it is between two circles who only intersect at 1 point. The two equations are x squared plus the quantity of y minus 4 squared equals 4, and x squared plus the quantity of y minus 1 squared equals 1. We highly recommend to graph the equations if possible so you can visualize how many intersections you should be getting. Again, the first step is to solve for one of the variables. In this case, we are solving for y in one of the equations. Then expand both of the equations. In this step, we are showing you how to expand both of the equations. In the third step, solve the equation to get the y value. In this case, the y value is 2. Then, substitute the y value that you just received back into the equation. After doing this, you should be able to get the answer of 0. However, because plus or minus 0 is not possible, you will only get one answer. Therefore, we only have one coordinate, which is 0, 2, as the only intersection point. In the third and final example, we will give you two equations of circles that should not intersect. The two equations are x squared plus y squared equals 25 and x squared plus y squared equals 4. Again, we highly encourage that you graph the two equations to visualize how many intersections the circles have, and by doing so, you'll be able to see that the two circles will not intersect. However, still, follow the same algebraic steps as we reviewed before. First, solve an equation for y. However, by this step, you should be able to see that expanding is not necessary because h and k are both 0. Furthermore, once you put the equation back in that you already substituted, the equation turns out to be 25 equals 4, which is not possible. This means there is no intersection to the system of equations, which means that the circles at no point ever intersect. Some final thoughts about things that we would like you to remember is that a system of equations between two circles can have two intersection points, one intersection point, or 0 intersection points. Also, make sure when you're solving for a variable in steps 1 and 2, you solve for only one variable. Always remember to graph it if you can. Good luck and happy studying. Thank you!